The year was 2013. It was the greatest year of video game releases. There was GTA 5. The game still goes hard to this day. The Last of Us. One of the best stories out there in all media. And my personal favorite, Bioshock Infinite. A unique, unpredictable story that leaves you shocked and empty once you finish it. And oh yeah, a certain teaser trailer circulated in the internet. It was Cyberpunk 2077. I didn't know what I was watching exactly, but I jumped on the hype train. This is going to be lit. Little did I know that I will play this game 10 years later. Welcome to the Rosetta Stone channel. If you're new and enjoy videos like this, please do hit that subscribe button. Now picture this, if you will. Part 1. Wait, what's this? After watching the teaser, I talked to the posse about the trailer, and one of them was like, "Did you know that those are the dudes that made The Witcher?" I didn't know, nor did I care. 2 years later, and arguably the greatest game of all time is released, The Witcher 3. People went nuts. Everywhere I looked, I saw Witcher posters. Everybody was talking about the game. I have another meeting with the posse, and our Witcher fanboy starts waxing lyrics about the game. I wanted to play it so bad. Perhaps start with the older games and see what the hype is all about. Unfortunately, my computer was a potato, and the FPS on the first game was 5 frames per second. And as far as the consoles, well, by the time the PlayStation 3 dropped, I bought a PlayStation 1. And by the time the PlayStation 4 dropped, I bought a PSP. You see where this is going. Hell, I bought the PlayStation 3 in 2017, so I guess my console street cred needed a bit of work. But as I continued discussing important matters with the posse, you know, the usual theories of why the ladies run away whenever they look at us. If farts after eating hummus low-key smelled good. And of course, recalling the time we saw that Cyberpunk teaser a couple of years ago. The posse had heard that the game would be the company's most ambitious project to date. This company was CD Projekt Red, and it was the game that everyone was going crazy over. I thought to myself, well then, I guess I'll keep tabs on this one. Part 2. Hyper. It was 2018. I'm a grown-ass man, graduated from university, and I'm officially working for the man. Now I can make big boy decisions, like buying an outdated laptop that can run games on low settings quite properly, and of course, the ability to buy a PlayStation 4. And when I did, a new world of gaming opened up in front of my eyes. I was catching up on everything that I've missed. We're talking the likes of Hollow Knight, the Dark Knight games, Dishonored, Tomb Raiders, Uncharted, and much more. My interest in the gaming world was at its peak. And yes, I'm a grown-ass man, but I still had the same old-ass posse. And we continue to have our important-ass discussions. Like how can roaches survive a nuclear bomb but not a spray of Piff Puff? Does Piff Puff actually work? Are roaches evolving and gaining the ability to resist Piff Puff? As far as I'm concerned, Piff Puff better step up their game. What should we do if we accidentally poop when farting? And then of course we had our gaming discussions. 2018 was a big year in gaming. We're talking Red Dead Redemption 2, the greatest gaming achievement to date in my opinion. God of War, everyone's favorite franchise, is back with a banger, and a banger it was. Marvel's Spider-Man, you'll be a web-slinging superhero like never before. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was amazing. Celeste was a fan favorite, and of course, the spawn of Satan himself, Fortnite.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
I loved video games. I was in my element and was ready to discuss anything from this genre. Ready to give my thoughts and opinions on the important matters of gaming. And where better to do so than with E3? I believe it was around June. What an event, what excitement. Me and the posse were ready to give our feedback on every game announcement. Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Resident Evil 2, and of course, how could we all forget, Fallout 76.
16 times the detail. I'm not kidding.
But for me, the most memorable part of the event was the Cyberpunk 2077 trailer. I was holding tabs on this game and my god, I was hyped. The trailer was so interesting, it looked amazing. It was what everyone was talking about. Everyone was excited, especially after the massive success of The Witcher 3. I thought to myself, soon we will play this amazing game, and I just couldn't wait. The Game Award that year was held in December, and I was hoping something from the game would be announced. But no talk came of the game. Me and the posse found ourselves arguing. How Red Dead Redemption 2 won almost every single award except Game of the Year. Could the Video Game Awards be rigged? Who knows? All I know is that I wanted more Cyberpunk information, and it would take a minute before we heard more about the game. Part 3. Breathtaking. 2019. Still working for the man. The routine is depressing. I'm getting tired easily. Going to sleep early. My back hurts. The man isn't paying me enough. My co-workers are unreliable and dumb. I was a bit more bitter about everything. I officially felt old. But no matter what, you bet your ass I'm on that round table with the posse every weekend discussing important matters. Like how do you get a job in a medical field when you don't know how to write? Or how do you get accepted to a job when you don't know how to find the documents folder in the computer? How do you call in sick every single Monday and get away with it? And of course, do farts smell salty or sweet? We had an important gathering when we watched the 2019 E3 event. It wasn't as good as the one from 2018. The only things that caught my eye were Doom Eternal, the greatest pure action game franchise ever, and of course, Elden Ring. And what a game did this one turn out to be. But overall, I was left a bit disappointed by the event. But oh wait, what's that? A Cyberpunk cinematic trailer? I was waiting for this moment for an entire year, and it was an amazing cinematic. But oh wait, there's more? Who's this? Keanu Reeves is in the game? My dopamine levels were at their peak. But oh wait, is that Keanu Reeves making an appearance at the event? The crowd went crazy, and so did I. There he was, calling us breathtaking. Thank you, Keanu. I already know. And then he presents the release date of the game, and it was just around the corner. My dopamine receptors were officially fried. Shut up and take my money. I simply can't wait for April 16 to come. But we will see that it turns out I can. Part 4. Delay the trilogy. I've been a workhorse for the man. 2 years on the job and I am yet to take a vacation or any time off. I was broke and didn't want to spend money on a trip. And at the same time, I didn't want to waste my vacation sitting home, doing nothing. Then it occurred to me, April 16. I will take the week off and travel to Night City. I can see it. It would be amazing. I scheduled it 3 months in advance. A week later, CD Projekt Red puts up a post. They are delaying the game to September 17, 2020. And I was pissed. But I forgave them, because the people in the comments did, and I didn't want any internet beef. I tell the boss to remove the time off request, and he was delighted. My new vacation will be September 17, 2020. June comes along and CD Projekt Red posts a new delay announcement. The game is delayed to November 19, 2020. I was pissed, but the comment section prevailed again. Psh, whatever. I had to delay my vacation again, and the boss was delighted again. Next thing you know, it's October 27, and you will never guess who's posting a delay. Ding ding ding, you guessed it correctly. Cyberpunk 2077. This time I was really pissed. The hell with the comment section.
Don't worry, CD Projekt Red. Just give us a good game, not an early release game, half-baked. Please, do what you gotta do. Take your time.
That's it. Me and the posse need to discuss this matter, and so we did. Do we trust them? Should we trust them? The problem was the last-gen console, they say. But oh no, I'm planning to play this on the PlayStation 4. Bro, you're doomed. I'm doomed? What about you? Sorry man, I'm pulling out. What, are you gonna leave me hanging? What about you? Nah, something stinks, man. I'm out though. I delayed my vacation one last time. 1 ticket to Night City. The boss tells me no more vacation delays. And I was honestly nervous. But what a lucky man I was. Because December 10, The game was actually released. But was I really lucky? Part 5. The release. December 10th. Vacation time. Game installed. The PS4 is up and running. Time to play. 10 minutes in, this is actually not bad. 30 minutes in, this doesn't look like the trailer. 1 hour in, why is this game stuttering? 4 hours in, the story is really good. If only the game was smooth. And then the first action scene. I can't see where I'm aiming. 8 hours in.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
I have been fooled. Yes, the story is really interesting, but the game is absolutely, undoubtedly, undeniably unplayable. And I was pissed. One last call to the boss. I'll see you at work tomorrow. I was defeated. My faith in video games has been demolished. I will no longer trust any gaming company. I was hearing stories about class action lawsuits. This has to be the most overhyped game ever. The game was broken, but I'm sure you have seen 100 videos about how poor this game was. There's no need for me to go into more details. I felt empty. First I was forced to play as Brock Lesnar in The Last of Us 2, and now this. For the young audience watching, when you're old and have a job, you don't have a lot of time to play all the games. So you have to choose what you play in the small time that you have. So for me, I was so disappointed. What was supposed to be the most satisfying year in gaming might have been the worst year in gaming for me. There is no coming back from this. Or is there? Part 6. Don't call it a comeback. It's 2023, I was gaming less and less. I found games less interesting, only playing the essentials, such as Elden Ring, the Resident Evil franchise, and of course feeding my FIFA addiction. Don't judge me. But I still had meetings with the posse, and we still discussed the latest news about gaming. Only this time around it was in a pessimistic way rather than being excited and optimistic. And of course the discussions of important topics were still relevant. Does Joe Biden know what he is saying? Can I charge $15 on OnlyFans for math lessons? Did a burp smell worse than a fart? But every now and then we would bring up Cyberpunk 2077. We had heard that the bugs had been removed. The patches and the game fixes had improved the game immensely. And then we watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which was sensational. And the show revamped the game, the sales were rising. People were jumping back in to play. And at one point I believe it was number 1 on Steam. I had bought a PlayStation 5 and I thought to myself, I'll buy the game once it's on sale. And so I did. April 16, 2023. 3 years after its first release date. And I started playing. This is what I signed up for. The game was so smooth, the graphics were great, the music, the story, the characters. I can see where I'm shooting, no more bugs. I was immersed in the universe, and was hooked for the first time in a long time. All the side missions were interesting, all the characters were rich. This is what everyone wanted, I'm sure. Imagine if this was the game at release. Surely it would have been named Game of the Year. A pure masterpiece. I finished the game 1 month later. 10 years from when the first teaser came out, and what a journey it has been. So many ups and downs, so many highs and lows, and at the end of the day, I had finished my mission to play the game. And now I hear that there's a DLC on the way. Do I learn from my mistakes and wait 3 years after release to play it? Or more importantly, have they learned from their mistakes and release a functional game this time around? But that is a story for another time. So that was it. That was my story with Cyberpunk. I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Please do let me know about your experience in the comments. And subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one.